Hey everyone, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In this video, we will be covering the next upcoming character event on Global DFFOO, featuring the debut of Kieran from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Joining Kieran as synergy for this event are Layla, Kryle, and our current Lost Chapters character, Lan and Rain. The topics covered in this video will be Kieran's kit, Layla's rework, the banner featuring Kieran and Layla's EX weapons including their realizations should you pull on the banner, and the Chaos difficulty boss fight against the pair of Wild Shearers. One thing I want to bring up is upon the making of this video, JP has yet to release the Kieran Lost Chapters, so I will unfortunately not have any footage to show you for the actual boss fight. However, I do encourage you guys to check out the link to the amazing DFFOO YouTuber QE's video on this boss fight that I will be leaving in the video description and the pinned comments. Friendly reminder that every skill, passive, buff, and debuff covered on these videos is assuming you have every weapon passive available on these characters, as I want to present them at their maximum potential. Lastly, big thanks and shoutouts again to Dissidia DB, the Tonberry Troop, and Safina's database for the information provided on this video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into Kieran's event on Global DFFOO. Kieran enters the world of Opera Omnia as a physical holy damage dealer with his power coming from a buff icon called Droplets of Myrrh that enhances his performance in battle and aids the party with aura buffs. Let's start off by looking at his buffs and his unique buff icon. Droplets of Myrrh is a buff icon with a stacking mechanic that increases up to 5 stacks. This icon increases the party's attack, defense, initial, and max brave, and further increases those stats as the stacks increase. Each stack provides the following to the party. 1 stack increases attack, initial, and max brave by 4% and defense by 8%. 2 stacks increases attack, initial, and max brave by 8% and defense by 16%. 3 stacks increases attack, initial brave, and max brave by 12% and defense by 24%. 4 stacks increases attack, initial, and max brave by 16% and defense by 32%. Lastly, 5 stacks increases attack, initial, and max brave by 20% and defense by 40%. Depending on the stack amount, Kieran's abilities will also be influenced, but we will get to that when we talk about his abilities. Kieran's 2 unique buffs are Crystal Caravan and Memories of Chronicle. Crystal Caravan has a 6-turn duration that increases Kieran's max brave by 40% and increases the party's attack by 20%. Memories of Chronicle has a 6-turn duration that increases Kieran's attack and brave overflow by 20%. Kieran's most noteworthy passives are the following. C50 passive called Gentle People increases his attack and max brave by 10% while Crystal Caravan is active. C54 passive increases his max brave by 60% while he is buffed. C58 passive increases his attack and speed by 40% while buffed. Finally, his C68 passive permanently increases the party's initial, brave, and attack by 10%. Kieran's C65 ability is called Set Droplets of Myrrh, which grants 3 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh and increases the party's max brave by 10% for 5 turns. Let's take a look at his Skill 1 and Skill 2 now. His Skill 1 is called Bash Attack, which is a 3-hit, non-elemental melee, single-target brave plus single-target HP attack with a 450% brave damage potency, 120% brave overflow, grants 2 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh, and grants Crystal Caravan for 6 turns. While Crystal Caravan is active, Kieran's brave and HP attacks change into their plus variants. When 1 to 4 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh are active, his HP attack changes into the Soul Shot command. Soul Shot heals the party's brave by 70% of attack and then inflicts a 2-hit non-elemental melee single-target brave plus single-target HP attack with a 160% brave damage potency and 120% brave overflow. At 5 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh, Soul Shot changes into Soul Shot Plus, which is now a 4-hit non-elemental melee single-target brave plus single-target HP attack with a 240% brave damage potency, 150% brave overflow, and consumes 2 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh. His Brave Attack Plus is a 2-hit non-elemental melee single-target brave attack with a 160% brave damage potency and grants 1 stack of Droplets of Myrrh. Kieran's skill 2 Holy Sword heals the party's brave by 100% of attack and then delivers a 2-hit Holy Melee single target brave plus single target HP attack with a 360% brave damage potency, 120% brave overflow, and deals 50% HP splash damage to other targets. At 5 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh, Holy Sword changes into Holy Raw Sword, which heals the party's brave by 200% of attack and then delivers a 4-hit Holy Melee single target brave plus single target HP attack with a 480% brave damage potency, 120% brave overflow, and deals 100% AoE HP damage and consumes all 5 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh. As you can see, Kieran is quite an interesting character with his Droplets of Myrrh to increase your party's performance while delivering some powerful holy damage against your enemies. His Soul Shot gives him some decent longevity in order to preserve his skills. Artifact passives you want to farm for Kieran are Attack plus 108 and either Gentle People boost 2-star or Max Brave plus 330. Layla receives a rework upon the release of Kieran's character event. His skill 1 Field Burst now deals 3 brave hits, has a 240% brave damage potency, increases brave damage by 1.6 times against a single target, has 120% brave overflow, and grants 40% max brave up to self for 10 turns, and adds a single target HP attack after the brave hits. His skill 2 Energy Gain now deals 4 brave hits, has a 320% brave damage potency, and has a 150% brave overflow. Layla was already quite good with his launch mechanics, and his rework has improved his offense and consistency. Artifact passives you'd want for Layla are Attack plus 108 and Max Brave plus 330. The banner for this event features the rerun of both Kryle and Layla's 15 and 35 CP weapons, the rerun of Layla's EX weapon, and the debut of all of Kieran's weapons. Kryle has already received her much needed awakening in rework, so sadly her EX weapon does not return on this banner. Both of Kieran and Layla's EX weapons are realizable upon the release of this event. Let's start off by looking at Kieran's EX weapon. Prior to its realization, Kieran's EX weapon equips him with the ability Memories of Caravan, which is a 5-hit non-elemental melee AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack with a 300% Brave damage potency, 150% Brave overflow, deals 1.6 times increased Brave damage against a single target, splits the HP damage amongst multiple targets, and grants 3 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh. Upon realizing this weapon, Kieran receives the following upgrades. 0 out of 3 increases Memories of Caravan's Brave damage potency to 350% and grants Memories of Chronicle for 6 turns. 1 out of 3 permanently increases his attack and max Brave by 40%. 2 out of 3 allows Kieran to start the quest with both Crystal Caravan and Memories of Chronicle for 6 turns and 3 stacks of Droplets of Myrrh. Droplets of Myrrh's effects are also doubled. Finally, 3 out of 3 further improves Memories of Caravan, now dealing 8 Brave hits, 640% Brave damage potency, and 180% Brave overflow. The A-type sphere unlocked from this EX weapon is called Break Hit Advance Long, which increases the equipped character's Brave overflow by 10% for 6 turns when breaking or attacking a broken target. Let's move on to Layla's EX realization. At 0 out of 3, his EX ability Gebolg now deals 240% Brave damage potency and has a 180% Brave overflow. 1 out of 3 permanently increases his attack by 40% and changes his Brave and HP attacks into their ++ variants. 2 out of 3 allows Layla to start the quest with a 40% max Brave up and 30% magic attack up for 6 turns. Finally, 3 out of 3 further upgrades his EX ability Gebolg with Brave hits to 8, 400% Brave damage potency, 250% Brave overflow, and increases the duration of his own active buffs by 1 turn. The A-type sphere unlocked from this EX weapon is called Smash Boost Up Long, which raises the character's max Brave by 10% for 8 turns after initiating a chase sequence. Upon seeing what both these characters and realizations do, should you be spending your hard-earned gems and tickets on this banner? The real prize on this banner is Layla, as he currently is unmatched as a launch character in Global Opera Omnia. However, if you still have your EX tokens from Dimensions End Order, you could obtain this EX weapon there for free. Ciaran unfortunately has a poorly designed kit at the moment to make him a worthwhile investment. While his upgraded skills with 5 stacks of droplets of myrrh are enticing, they consume right after, meaning he has to continuously rebuild himself. At the same time, 5 stacks also gives you the better party aura, which unfortunately either forces him to be a party supporter or be very selfish. He can be used for chaos, but there are much better options you may already have. All in all, this banner is another big pass unless you are a newer player or if either of these characters are one of your favorites. The final topic of this video will be the Chaos difficulty boss fight against the pair of Wild Shearers. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, be sure to check out Kiwi's video on this boss fight for visuals and gameplay, as the Ciaran Lost Chapters hasn't arrived yet on JP DFFOO. Both of these bosses are weak to the thunder and holy elements, resistant to range brave attacks, and are immune to poisonous gash debuff. They periodically will use an AoE brave attack called Wise Scratch, which can delay your party members by 1 turn if they are broken by it. Once they start either glaring menacingly or glaring even more menacingly, you want to be very mindful, as they will target 1 party member during this phase and will only use an ability that recovers their brave and follows with an HP attack. Delaying these bosses are a great way to deal with these bosses, especially during the glare phase. A great tank you can bring if you have him built is Bosch, as he will force all HP damage to be taken by himself at a reduced rate. Porum can also be good with her HP damage reduction buff she applies to the party with her skill 2 and her EX ability. Hopefully this video helps you guys prepare for the upcoming Ciaran event on Global Opera Omnia. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan signing out. Mahal everyone.